Hello, how are you? Very tired. Yeah, it's a long day, third day of the conference. I hope you're having a great time. I'm enjoying a lot the conference. Who here know what this SEO means? Okay, a couple of one. Who have a site and apply SEO techniques? Only one. Okay, so I will have to do an intro about SEO. The idea of the talk is share some data science techniques we use to improve the way we take decisions and the SEO tactics we are applying. By the way, I'm Pablo Perez Angelis. I'm from Argentina, very far away. I'm co-founder and CTO of my company is tuquejasuma.com. I'm also founder and organizer of PyData Córdoba. Is the biggest data science event in Latin America. I have another communities also. So today's agenda is we're gonna see a little about what is SEO, what is SEO experiments, what is causal inference, and how we use it in tuquejasuma. So for that, who didn't say that they understand what SEO, so SEO is the practice of increasing the quantity and quality of traffic to website through organic search results. So that's all the traffic that you get when the people search something and click on your site, but you're not paying. It's like that thing. I think Yandex you have also. Maybe you have techniques SEO in Yandex. I never tried that because I don't understand Russian, so I can share that. But if anyone is working with Yandex, I really would like to talk after, so maybe we can test some things. So the first thing, we're working with Google. The first thing is if you are working with the platform, you have to understand what are the motivations and what are the things they're looking for. So how Google makes money? Google makes money with paying clicks. When you make a search, you have 10 results that are organic results, and you have the first couple that are paying results. This is the numbers of how much you have to pay if you want to put an advertisement over there. In the United States, if you want to get an advertised flyer, you pay $42 per each click. It's a crazy amount of money, and some is $286 per click. So if you want to have 100,000 visitors per month in a year, you spend I don't know 50 million, 70 million, something like that. It's a crazy amount of money, and I don't have that. So for my startup, I have to look around and learn how to make SEO. So when I learned that, that's my face. How you can compete with that? It's like only the rich people get to have our companies? No, that's not the answer. So how we can achieve that with SEO? First of all, align your ideas and your tactics and your goals with Google. So you have to understand what they want and how they make money. So that's a very hint. They give you a lot of hints to how to make the efforts. So Google missions, organize the world's information and make it universal, accessible, and useful. So they want something order. You have the link here to read the whole thing. What is the Google goal? Every time you make a search, they want to show you some useful and relevant information. So this is one of the key things, because Google wants to understand what is your intent when you are making a search and give you information that solves that intent. It's not like they're taking keywords or something like that. In the past, all the guys who make SEO think about keywords. It's not like that. Google use BERT and use another algorithm to understand well what is the text meaning and what is the intent of the user. So quick review on what SEO is for all the people who doesn't know SEO. So we have three main group of factors. You have on-site, off-site, and content. On-site, do you know, anyone knows what is page speed? Yeah? The same guy who does SEO, yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of metrics you can use and technical metrics. One is page speed, is It's a way to measure how quick user can start interacting and can start seeing your page. No? So it's very important to give a user a good experience. I think in Yandex is will the same, because if the user has a bad experience, Google try to not show you, because they want to give the information they want. So the second thing is metadata. It's like a meta title, meta description, all the things. Also, you have to take that in count. The information architecture, when you think in a site, you have to think how order your information, because that ordered information is what you show to Google, and Google understand that and start thinking, okay, that I make that relation of this semantic of this part to the other part. So it's very, very important to think about it. Googlebot friendliness. So you think Google is a company, so they spend money in servers to crawl your site. So if you make the life of them harder, so they have to spend more money in crawling your site, they wouldn't. So they don't care. So it's like you have to optimize your site to respond quickly and to make the life of the crawler easiest. So they will crawl and index you and rank you. It's always think it's a company. It's like they have the same goals that any company. So hierarchy of pages also. We have a rule of thumb that every page in your site should be at most 3 clicks away from home. It's a little challenging to think about that, but it's like the way you should do that. So offsite is another place, another kind of signals Google is taking. You have inbound links. So if someone linked to you with an anchor text, also if someone mentioned you, if you have a New York Times article and mention you, it doesn't care if you don't put the link. If they mention you, that Google taking care of that, and they say, okay, that's an important brand. Also branding in the real world. Google has a lot of work doing somewhat by hand, somewhat semi-automatically, to take care of taking count your brand. If your brand is very, very big, it's gonna help SEO. And content. So content has a lot of things. Uniqueness, so if you want to make a website, don't copy things and paste in your site. At least there is an exception, like jokes. Jokes are always the same. It's like a finite list of jokes, so you can cut and paste, but normally you should write something novelty. UX, so you think about how is the experience of the guys getting inside your site. You have to make the life of them easy, because if they enter your site, you show something that is not easy to navigate, and they go back and search again in Google. Google take that signal in count and made your page go down. So UX is a thing you have to take in count. So internal linking, and that's another part that we can use a lot of tools of computer science to analyze. If you take in count the graph of the site and taking internal links is the way that Google, if you tell Google what is important for your site, if your site has a lot of links to one part, Google think that's important. So if you have in the footer of your site a lot of links, is not good. If you're linking Perez or linking something like irrelevant about us, a lot of pages has linked to about us, a lot of links to about us. It doesn't make sense. Link the thing you care most. Link the pages that you want to Google to analyze and think that's important. So you have tags also. Do you know, anyone know tags in web pages? I think, yeah, no? Tags, T-A-G-S. Like there are sections where you have a lot of articles, yeah? There are semantic accumulators. So if you want to rank for a phrase that is not in a hype right now, and you want a long time ranking, you must do that. You must use tags. Because when you put all the semantics together, Google understands that you are talking, you are an authority about this theme, so you can get a lot of visits. so intent fully satisfied is another factor. And they take in count that you want to solve the problem, solve the intention of the user in the first paragraph of your web page. So you make something. I don't know how to. If you want to make a page about, suppose I have a duck. I want to understand how to make a shower for a duck. So I Google how to make a shower for a duck and enter to a page. In the first paragraph, I should read to make a shower for a dog, do das. Also, comprehensiveness. So you need to the other question I could have, like what is the nice shampoo for a dog, or how avoid to my dog die. You have to put it in the same page, because Google wants to like a semantic feel. All the related things he is expecting to be in the same page. So you have to put it there. Also, this is, I think, the one that finish of recap of SEO, semantic structure of the document. So stop using H1, H2, and H3 for size of the letter. If you read the W3C, this says it's a paragraph saying that. This is not for that. It's for a structure of semantics of the document. So the main theme of the document should be H1, subsections H2, and so we're finishing with the SEO section that talking about. Okay, so other things you have to take in count is crawl, index, and rank. So Google crawl your site. So you have to take in count what I recently said, that make the page that doesn't have errors and load quickly and all the things. After that, Google put in an index. The index is like association with some semantics, and after that, they rank you. The rank is a dynamic process, so it takes into account a lot of signals in real time. So this is like, okay. So this is SEO. So I think everyone is on the same page. They have a minimal idea of what SEO is. It's like a discipline to get a lot of traffic without putting any money. If you have a startup, the three main things that YC Combinator think that you should invest time is SEO. For user acquisition is SEO, is mouth-to-mouth, and is email marketing. So because you shouldn't spend money in acquiring clients or users, because it's not sustainable in the time. You're going to be a fail. So, okay, but what's new? That's SEO. We know that in a couple of 5 years, I think. So the new thing is SEO experiments. Everybody knows what A/B testing is? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, nice. So traditional A/B testing, this is a case from Airbnb. They had a new landing pages. They want to test it. So they split a group of people from the control, a lot of people for the treatment group. So they put it's the traditional way. Yeah, if is randomly selecting you, you're gonna see the old one or the new one. They see the metrics about conversions and everything. They can evaluate what is the result. So for Google, for SEO, we can do this. No. Why? Because we have only one Google. So we have only one crawler, and we shouldn't show the different things each time. So there is a problem there. We cannot use the normal thing we use for causal inference, that is like a random select or A/B testing. So how we made SEO experiments? This is the difference. Instead of splitting by page, by user ID, we split by page ID. Instead of seeing metric like user engagement, we see the change of search engine referred traffic. Also, this is I have an asterisk here. When Google comes, it's not immediately that you made a change and you can evaluate the thing, because it's a lag time. Maybe you make a change today and you have to wait a month before the change impact the Google algorithms. That's something that you have to take in account, because you are not sure when the experiment starts. So that's clear. So you start the experiment, you make a change, but you are not sure that Google is actualizing. Okay, yeah, it's clear. All right. So how we made it? We made that. So a group of visitors see Perez with the all landing pages. A group of people you see San Francisco with the new landing page, and the crawler is see consistently different things, but consistently for each URL the same thing. No, and so we think, okay, that's solved the problem. We start an experiment and see. It's that simple? No, again, we can't, because Paris and San Francisco are not comparables. There is a lot of patterns, because, I don't know, a lot of people want to go to Paris in Christmas or something like that. So you cannot make an A/B testing that way, and also not be able to do a SEO experiment. So it's very hard to randomize this kind of experience, because you think that if Airbnb take all the URLs they have and make a random choice, and some landing pages show the old one and some the new one, maybe it will cost, if the experiment is a bad one, this is very common, the experiment that you made, maybe 1 of 10 is working, and you're gonna lose a crazy amount of money. So if I go there and tell the CTO or CEO that I will test the new landing pages, but maybe we can lose $2 million, they're gonna say no. So you cannot do that. So you cannot make the traditional thing. That's the traditional thing is taking a randomized experiment. This is gold standard. So we have this problem. We need to know if we made a change. That change has an impact, and how was that impact. So that's a causal inference problem. The gold standard is what I say. So when we have a treatment, you only can see one of two things, or you see the outcome with the treatment at a certain time, or you see the outcome without the treatment at a certain time. But you cannot see the both. Is that right? Yeah. You release the product, or you don't release the product. So you cannot do the two things. So what is the idea here? So the idea here is like, we're gonna release the product, and we're gonna estimate how could we the counterfactual metric if we didn't do the treatment. So we're gonna see it in the next one. But if there is a case when you can see both the treatment and not treatment is an exception, and this if you have a time machine. If you have a time machine, you can go to the future, grab an almanac. Did you saw Back to the Future? Okay, yeah. You can grab an almanac. In the original potential outcome, beef tenant is car cleaner, something like that. And when we take the treatment and bring back the almanac, the potential outcome is like he's a rich guy with a I don't know, a building with his face and something like that. So this difference between the two is the causal effect of the treatment. And with a time machine, we can see it. Okay, so we need some framework to do that. The idea of we will see what the treatment makes, and we need some framework to help us to estimate what could be happen if we didn't make the treatment. So causal impact is a Google tool. We can see that it's a model. It works by fitting bias and structural time series model. We are not going to too much details about this, but it's a model. You can use a lot of models. You can use a statistical model. It's not that big of importance, but this one is work very well. and help us to do this, this kind of thing. So here, so I'm gonna move a little. Here we have this is the moment we launch the product, or the moment we deploy the new landing pages. This is supposed to, like, the traffic before we put the new landing pages, and this is traffic after. We want to be able to estimate this blue line here. This is the counterfactual about not making the new landing on production. Yeah. So this difference of the two distributions is the causal impact of making that. Yeah. So the idea here is, like, we make a model. You can use a causal impact, or you can use another model to learn the relationship. So the trick here is, like, how we can predict that, or make a model, or understand. So we took in this example is very simple, because we have two other time series that are correlated, and there is a way to explain this one in function of these two. So if you see it, like, you're gonna see when the green is go up, this go up, and this is part of here, like a big bump is you can explain it with the red one. So you can construct a relationship. They are very correlated. So there's a key thing that there is a correlation here. They will help us to make a model to estimate this thing, the counterfactual thing. So the section is you have the model who understand how it works here, and you can predict this part of the traffic. So you can understand what is the actual impact of the change you made. So here you have a couple of outputs. It's almost the same. This is a test with a synthetic distribution. So here is an example of how well the model, the causal impact, understand the changes, because the green line is like the real difference between these two. This is point-wise of these two. The green line is the real one, and the other one is the estimated one. So the model works very well in that way. Okay, so I hope that is understanding. So the whole idea is you have a model, you have other serials, you have all time series that are correlated. So you make a model and estimate what could happen if you didn't make the release and we didn't make the new model, the new pages. So, and you can have a precision about how is your gaining traffic or you're losing traffic. I'm not sure this case is clear. So I'm gonna see with my site. This is my site, and this is a change on traffic in my site from year to year. This unique users by week, 50K to 250K. This is an example of SEO experiment. We have a section of Mercado Libre. It's a big online selling thing. We have complaints about them. The people come to our site and write a complaint. And we had original meta title. It was reclamo a Mercado Libre. It was with a word is reclamo in the start. And we want to, the hypothesis here is like, if that word doesn't put in a good semantic, because it's the same for all the complaints, the gripes. So if we remove it, it's going to be better traffic. But because Google could give more importance to the words that are on the start of the title. So that's the experiment. So the treatment was this subsection of the site, the correlated time series. Or something I'm not sure I mentioned. It's important that the correlated time series you use in your model are not affected by the treatment, because you cannot use it to make a model. So this two is a selection, is a tool selection, because you should better to grab time series from other places like Google Trends or weather or something, and you should grab something like a 20 time series to use it for real thing. So this is the distributions. This is the traffic from Mercado Libre. This is the traffic from the other two time series, and they are very correlated. So you can use that. So we put that in production in that date. This is the before we apply the change in the title. This is the after. So the point of the line here is the counterfactual traffic we will have in Mercado Libre section if we didn't make the change of removing the word reclamo on all titles. Is clear that or not? Yeah? Okay. And here you have the point-wise calculation of the effect of this, and you can see this is growing. This is a cumulative thing. All the graphic come with in the library of the causal impact of Google. So it's a very useful tool, because right now, if you are working on like a data science, you can justify that you should remove a word in the title in your whole website. You could show this and say, we made this experiment, we have an interval of confidence of 95% that we gain from 11,000 to 16,000 more visitors just for removing the word reclamo, and we have a model to prove it. So we can take decisions because until right now, all the SEO is more like you try something and you don't have a formal background to prove it. It's more like you try and you see something go up and they say, okay, maybe it's good. So right now we have a tool and we can justify that. So we have a couple of references. The first one is Google guidelines. If you are making pages, web pages, please read this. It's the guide that Google gives to the people who by hand review the websites. So it's like the Bible for SEO, but no one reads it. I don't know why. So there is a causal impact Jupyter. There's a couple of papers here. One is from the publication of the causal impact library from Google, and the other one, I don't remember. Okay, I don't remember. It's something about causal impact. Okay, that's the whole idea of the talk. Thank you very much. If anyone has a question here about, yeah.